Okay folks, welcome back to Let's Play Stardew Valley with me, Sizer Cozy. On today's episode we're going to be recording a commentary because silly me messed up and managed to delete the audio commentary I recorded while I was playing along. So instead I have to watch through the entire episode again and comment on what's happening, just so that I've got some audio to go alongside the on-screen stuff. And I was babbling today. I was like, just blethering on. So it's going to be really hard to fill all of this, these pauses in with anything interesting, because I don't remember what I was talking about. And not only do I not remember what I was talking about, we were messing up left, right, and centre. Like everything was just going wrong. So here I'm talking about how I need iron bars, for example. We don't get anywhere near the mines because we spend far too much time going backwards and forwards as usual. And so what I end up doing first is I'm just going to put on a quick time lapse while I end up picking up all of our potatoes and watering the crops that we have left in. Yeah, so we basically got a lot of potatoes now. We've got like over 40 potatoes. A couple of gold ones, a couple of silver ones, and we're just going to sell them, put them in the shipping container. Now I don't remember if I do this straight away, because I have a feeling that we ran around a bit today, that I had kind of like made all these ridiculous plans that wouldn't work, like going to the shop or taking an axe to the blacksmith, or if we just like kind of did all this daft stuff that, with the hope that some of it would come off. We spoke about going to visit the wizard, and I think the wizard's house was locked because it's the egg festival and he's not there. Just things like that. Things did not go right. And then, of course, the next day, I forget to do half the stuff that I was supposed to do today. So it's just like an epic fail. On the plus side, we do get a lot of stuff planted over the next 2 days. But yeah, a lot of havering around, what's going to be fun is recording the next episode, because I haven't recorded the one after this yet. So recording the next episode, I have to try and remember what stuff I actually managed to get done and what I haven't managed to get done. I kind of finished the episode and I just felt like it was a total waste of time. So here we've got the community center email from the wizard. He wants us to speak to him about the community center, and that opens up the bundles. That means we can do a whole bunch of stuff. Handing in these bundles to the community center means that we get rewards. Some of them you want to get done really quickly, like the furnace has 3 relatively easy hand-ins, and once you get those done, you unlock the minecarts, which means you can whiz around the place much quicker. There's a minecart in the bus stop right next to us on the right. So yeah, here I'm talking about just getting rid of all the potatoes, and I kept a few back for gifts, because later on in the year when you don't have the potatoes, it's nice to have some back. I think I later picked them up to sell them anyway, so, kind of pointless. Clearly I'm talking about wanting to upgrade my axe to get rid of some of this wood stumps and things that are kind of in the way at the moment. And then I spoke a little bit about which games I want to play. Apart from Stardew Valley. So I'm enjoying the Stardew Valley Let's Play. I mean, even though it's not going very well at the moment, I feel like, once we get into the groove and I get all of the things that I need, I've just built another chest there. I'm going to sort of separate some of the things into that chest. But I think that now that Stardew Valley's gone along, once we've got the layout and all that kind of stuff worked out, and we get the farm going and the plans start happening, and we get some of the equipment upgraded and we get our skills up, then I think we'll be chugging along fine. So then it's just a case of kind of getting more and more cash and planting more things and unlocking a few bits and pieces. So now that I kind of know the direction that that's going in, it doesn't require quite as much maintenance as it did when we first started out. So I think over the next wee while anyway, maybe the next week or so, it'll still be pretty tricky. There's a lot to do. But I think there's enough time for me to maybe start at least one other Let's Play series. So at the moment, I'm kind of trying to think about what I could do that on. I mean, I have, on the hard drive at the moment, I've got I've got Cities Skylines, and I really would like to do a let's play on that because it's the kind of game that's just it's kind of easy to just nip in and out of. You start off with an idea for how you want the city to grow, and then it's just kind of a case of going through it. So I think it makes a really good let's play subject as long as you can keep it interesting. So I think we'll maybe do a Skylines project at some point. I think I'd probably want to go for a trickier map or some kind of map, a custom map that maybe makes it a little bit more interesting than just your sort of standard plains map, something like that. And I've also got Ark Survival Evolved, which I've downloaded. I've played a tiny bit of that, like enough to know how to start it off. But again, it's another one of those things I think would make a pretty good Let's Play series. It's still in the early access phase as well, so it's kind of not released yet. So I think it could be quite interesting. There's a lot of people looking for Ark Survival Evolved on YouTube. I have also got XCOM 2, but I mean I feel like XCOM 2's been done, and unless they bring out another DLC that significantly changes the game, kind of like they did with Enemy Within, I doubt whether or not I'll do another an XCOM 2 Let's Play. So there is one other game on the hard drive right now, which is Minecraft. There are so many Minecraft Let's Plays and YouTubers doing Minecraft content that I don't want, get involved in that. It'd take a long time, to get noticed. But I have been playing Feed the Beast, the Feed the Beast Unleashed or Evolved or whatever it's currently called, and I stopped playing that a little while ago. I kind of needed a break. I do this with Minecraft. I need a break. I go back every so often. I've got it on the PC on the PS4. But the problem I had with the PS4 was that if I spend ages making something, that's it. It's kind of like it's sure you've got the map, but then they release new features or things, and maybe the map doesn't update and you don't have the new features anymore unless you go to an area of the map you've not been to. And yeah, it's just kind of, it feels like a lot of the time, like especially the console versions, that you don't have Minecraft edits, so you can't save any of the things you've built. If you're really proud of something you built, like the only way to see that again is to go back and do the same map. So yeah, I'm not so keen in doing PS4 Minecraft. I really think they need to add in some kind of way of saving just buildings or creations more than just the map itself. It's something I kind of wanted in Minecraft for a long time, but in the game itself, but it's never really been added. So yeah, Feed the Beast, however, is a mod pack which adds in a whole bunch of mod packs to Minecraft, and it radically changes how the game plays. It becomes a more of a crafting game than it actually is. I know Minecraft, crafting the title, it's very much a crafting game, but it just totally expands that part of the game, so that you still got to build your house, you still got to build a shelter, and you got still got to go mining and all that, but it gives you new tools like quarries, and so instead of having to go down to the mines, you can automate the whole thing. Loads and loads of really cool things, like adding power to Minecraft. Like I know you have redstone in Minecraft, but adding power in so that you can make a load of automated machines that do things for you, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I think at some point I probably will do some kind of modded Minecraft Let's Play series. And the best part about Minecraft as well is making a new world. So yeah, starting a whole new world, or maybe starting on a server somewhere. I haven't decided, but yeah, that's a possibility. And the other games I'm thinking about is I mean, there's quite a few games that have just came out. Total War Warhammer, I kind of want to play that. But I get like a feeling like I wouldn't want to play it for very long. Like I just kind of think that maybe I played Warhammer, like the tabletop version, for years as well. So I'm really big into the Warhammer lore and things, but I'm just not, like, I've seen people playing it, and I'm just not convinced that it has like enough longevity to keep me playing it for any length of time. So the jury's still out on that. But I have seen like a couple of games I've wanted for a long time, or quite a while, and certainly one case, which I think would make good Let's Play series, but whether or not they'd be very popular, I don't know. One's This War of Mine, which I've been wanting to play for like since it came out, and I've just never decided which format to play it on. I kind of wanted to play it on PC, but it's out on, you know, like pretty much like every format, so I did want to maybe consider it on Android, but yeah, I think I want to play it on PC, so I'm gonna probably get that on PC, and it's currently on sale on Steam. And The Escapists, which is kind of like where you basically set like it's a kind of a puzzle game, I guess, where you set a plan and you try and escape from prison. I have no idea how either of them would work as Let's Plays, but I certainly want to play them. So it's whether or not I make those into Let's Plays, whether I just go with the City Skyline or the Feed the Beast idea. Anyway, that's kind of what I was talking about during this segment. And as you can see, all we've done over this whole thing is talk about other games. But all I did while we've been talking is I've been clearing out the farm. I spend so long clearing out the farm that I panic about wanting to go and see the wizard, but the wizard's is locked. I mean, it's the Egg Festival. I don't think the wizards is even open at all today anyway. So yeah, I basically just spent a long time laying down some paths to get the layout closer to how I want it to look, and chopping down trees just to get some more wood and some seeds and things. I don't know if we do it today or tomorrow, but we will be at some point planting some acorn trees beneath the maple trees I already planted. And that sort of right hand side that I've sort of put the path down already, but you can see the right hand side on the right of the path, that's going to be like my sort of my standard tree orchard where I'll put my pine trees and my maple trees and my oak trees, so that I can get pine tar, oak resin and maple syrup. It'll probably just be you know, 4 of each type of tree initially until I kind of have a reserve and then know what I need. Like you only need so many of those things, so like once you have enough pine tar and once you have enough oak resin, then you know you don't really need much more of it. I know that we're more likely to need the oak resin. I think you need the oak resin for the kegs, which is how you make wine, which is something we are planning on doing later. And you need the pine tar. I think the pine tar is for making looms. I can't remember if you need it for anything else. I mean, I think Maru likes pine tar and oak resin for gifts. But the maple syrup you need for beehives early on, and it also sells for quite a good bit of cash. So yeah, I think the majority of the trees will probably end up being maple trees. But initially, anyway, they might just end up being 4 of each until we build up kind of a backlog. So yeah, I decided to go a bit and do a bit of foraging because I was running low on energy. I thought maybe I could get some spring onions, I think. I can't remember if I did that just now, or if this is just me sort of slowly making my way to the wizard's house before I panic and go, oh, what happens if the wizard's is closed? Because it's late. And, you know, like a lot of the houses don't close till 8 o'clock, but would the wizard's house close earlier because it's kind of a shop? So I don't know if it would be open or not, so I panic, run up, it's locked, but I presume that's because the wizard is away at the Egg Festival, and so it's going to be locked, and there's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, so I kind of felt like today I'd wanted to get the potatoes sold, realised I couldn't because of the Egg Festival. Before we even started playing, I realised that part, and yeah, it kind of meant that what I had planned, like my long-term plans, were kind of put on pause. Now what I should have done today is got the copper ore smelted, so that the next day when we go to upgrade the axe, I've got copper bars with me, but I didn't, so I think we've got 1 copper bar at base, and I completely forget that we need to take the copper bars with us if we're upgrading to a copper axe. So I take the cash and completely forget about taking the copper bars with me, which I then have to rectify the next day, which means I don't get the axe fixed tomorrow. Spoiler. So yeah, I did go down and look for spring onions, and I don't remember it being a bad day for luck, but there were hardly any spring onions down here. So it just felt like today was kind of like, oh, what's the point of doing anything? But I'm enjoying it so far. I'm loving it, in fact. And I've like I said, I've played a little bit. I have a little testing game that I've been playing that I'm a little bit further advanced in, but I haven't played beyond the fall season of the first year. So I mean, there's a lot about the game I haven't discovered yet. I have watched a few other Let's Plays and things, just to try and get tips, and I've done a little bit of research about getting tips and things. But yeah, I still make a lot of mistakes, so it's kind of interesting watching this back and commentating on it. One other thing, I've been having real problems with my upload speeds, so we're kind of getting delays on in how long it takes to upload a file. At the moment, it has taken me over 24 hours to upload the next 2 episodes, and that is horrendously slow. So I'm not sure. I mean, I wasn't sure if it was YouTube that was slowing me down, but I'm convinced now that it must be my ISP, which is BT, and they're rubbish. They are terrible. Like, my upload speeds are abysmal. I've been trying to upgrade to fiber, and that's a whole other thing in itself. I don't want to even get started on how badly that's been handled. But yeah, apparently we have fiber in my area. I went to get it when we first moved in. We didn't get it. Oh, absolute nightmare. So yeah, I'm kind of just feel like nothing's going right at the moment. So I'm trying to upload episodes on time for the schedule, but we're so far behind now that I'm gonna have to start uploading as many episodes as I can, so that if the speeds don't improve, that we've got plenty up there scheduled. But I had none of these problems uploading the first 4 episodes. I mean, there were a couple of issues where things seemed to stick, but it hasn't. Never did it take an entire weekend to upload a single episode. I think I started uploading these on Saturday. Let's see, the last episode was episode 4, and that was published on the 4th. Today's it's the 6th now. So yeah, the 4th was Friday. And yeah, and I recorded these on Saturday, and I've been trying to upload them since Saturday night. So Saturday night I started them going, and then YouTube didn't. I had to cancel the upload, and then when I tried to restart the upload, it didn't work. Like, normally when you cancel an upload and you continue the same file, YouTube just continues the file. So like, I've got currently one that's half uploaded and another one that's half uploaded for the same file, which is kind of irritating. It's like, they really need to update the video manager on YouTube so that you can actually just download a program on your PC, queue up a bunch of stuff to upload, and then just let it upload and resume and pause, and instead of this really clunky interface, which is using a web browser. I just think I can't see that ever happening. Chrome aren't big on third-party programs. They want everything to be done through a browser. Google. So yeah, I don't see that happening, but it would be really nice if there was just a nicer YouTube manager. If anyone knows of one, please put it in the comments and tell me about it, because yeah, I'm really struggling with the uploads at the moment. So hopefully we'll get the fiber upgrade eventually, and that won't be an issue anymore. So anyway, back to Stardew Valley. Yeah, I basically just have been putting in the path for my field, and you can see we've got a great big field there. It's going to be huge, and come the summer that is going to be filled and bursting with blueberries, hopefully, and berries, and winemaking and jelly making is where we're really going to make some money. So yeah, come the summer, hopefully we'll be rolling in it. So we've got our first field laid out there, and I'm just wandering around now, wasting time essentially, because I realised that we kind of not done very much today, except for clear out the farm. in preparation and pull up a bunch of potatoes. But you know, that's what happens when the Egg Festival is on. But I really, you know, this was a plan from the start of the episode. I didn't want to do any mining or fishing today. I was just kind of hoping to get ready for the next day. But if I think about it, because I now need to go and do a whole bunch of planting and stuff, I should really have done some mining and fishing today, and then just use tomorrow to do what I'm doing right now, because I'm putting in the acorn trees there into this little orchard area I've created down in the bottom right. Where the scarecrow is currently is going to be a beehive area. So yeah, and then the area on the left is going to be a field which will contain all of our crops. Anyway, we managed to level up farming, so we unlocked the bee houses. I doubt we can make any at the moment, but it's certainly there as an option. We can also make Speakrow and Farmer's Lunch. So yeah, farming upgraded to level 3, that's kind of a big deal. And we made a heck of a lot of money from our potatoes. So 3,840 from, you know, a lot of potatoes, and quite a few gold and silver ones in the mix there as well. And that wasn't even all of them. I mean, we kept some back for gifting. But yeah, that got done. So then the next day, I was like, we've got the money, let's get the axe fixed, and let's get the new seeds bought. And this is kind of where I realised I'm going to have to spend most of the day watering, hoeing, and planting seeds. And yeah, I don't really think about how that's going to affect me for time, and you know, whether or not I'd get the axe fixed, or and then I kind of I don't remember about the copper bars until I'm actually at the blacksmith, which really wasted my time because I had no reason to be over at the blacksmith otherwise. Yeah, so this is the point where I'm thinking, like, the shop's not open yet. I should probably just, you know, get this area ready, or as ready as I can, and you know, and waste some time. I think I just saved those for later, the cauliflower and the potato. Because yeah, the cauliflowers are quite good for gifting certain people, and they can be made into quite a few different things as well. Get quite a bit of cash back for them. So in the end I decide, I think, just to keep a hold of them, and the potato as well. But yeah, today was another one of those weird days. I'm convinced at this point that I'm going to go and see the blacksmith, and we're going to get an upgrade. But I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do yet. And so yeah, I grabbed some potatoes, decided to make my way into town, and obviously I've forgotten something. What did I forget? Ah, gifts. So it's Haley's birthday today, so I took a topaz, so that was something we managed to get right. I think I take some parsnips and potatoes and daffodils for sure. Yeah, it's just one of those really strange, like, I think because the day before didn't quite go to plan, it just kind of had a knock-on effect on this one, and this one didn't go much better either. There's a leek we found, and none of the tree taps have produced anything yet. I think at some point today I finally put the tree tap on the pine tree. I think I might have done that towards the end of the episode. So yeah, I come down here, realise I'm way too early, so just do a bit of wandering around. Remind myself it's Haley's birthday. So yeah, I think I just do a bit of foraging, checking the bins. Just doing the recycling. I bump into a few people, I dish out some gifts. There's Penny. Give her a daffodil. I'm worried that Alex won't like flowers, so I don't think I give him anything. Have a look though. Yeah, and then I think, oh, it's still 8:30. Time to kill. Let's go and check some more bins. I don't remember if I went down to the beach or not. There's probably not much down there because it's been a while since it rained. Check the bins. Show everybody the inside of Haley's house. there she is up in her bedroom. Not quite sure why I wasted time with that. Should have known she wouldn't be out till like about 11 o'clock. Yeah, and let's find out. Do I go to the blacksmith now? I look like I'm heading in that direction. Maybe I head to the library. Can say, no, straight to the blacksmith, and here's the point where I realise I've forgotten the copper bars. So all excited. Hi Clint. Why don't you take a topaz, Clint? And then I go, it's Haley's birthday. No, let's not. Let's give him this instead. I think I'll give him an amethyst because we've got more back at the house, and because I don't want to use the topaz that I've earmarked for Haley. Here we go. Straight away. Oh, we don't have copper bars. Dope. So we saved the money and forgot to do it. So then I'm kind of like, what we're going to do instead, I've made an error, and I think we decide to get the seeds so that we can get planting. But of course I need to go past the mines, because I need to pick up the copper ore so I can actually smelt some copper bars. We used all the copper bars up earlier when we were making the tree taps, I think, so now I need to go and get a bunch more. We have a chat to Linus. I think I pick up the furnace as well, take it back with us to the farm. Possibly pick up a few other things as well while I'm here. Yeah. Just take everything that basically needs to be handed in at the museum. I think what I plan on doing is in the next episode is probably going past the blacksmith and the museum again with our geodes. So today I end up getting the seeds and smelting. So planting seeds and smelting copper bars is pretty much what we spend most of today doing. And if I'd thought about it, I could have used the extra time in this episode to do some foraging if I'd managed to remember to get the copper ore smelted, but I didn't. Dope. Yeah, this is kind of fun. I was thinking how many potato seeds. I mean, potato seeds are going to give us the most money. They take 6 days to grow, which is like nothing. And not only that, but you can get more than one potato for every potato seed you plant. So it's a really great crop. But I also want to have some of the other things, you know, just in case I need them for anything. I mean, sometimes certain people like, you know, certain things. Or maybe, you know, somebody's going to ask you for something. So I figured at this point it's probably a good idea to take some kale seeds and some jazz seeds for the honey, just so that we can make, you know, flavored honey, which is worth more by using the flowers, and yeah, and to not just spend it all on potato seeds. So yeah, I think we get like 9 of every one of the different seeds. Apart from, we only get 3 jazz. I don't need a lot of flower seeds. There's only going to be like, I think the layout I've made it only uses 2 flowers anyway. So yeah, we don't need a lot of those. I decided to plant some more cauliflowers. They're worth a bit, and again, it's good to have certain things on hand for gifts. So yeah, I grabbed some more cauliflowers. I haver about buying them, but I do in the end. And then I just blow the rest of the cash on potatoes. So we get, I think we get something like, do we get 60? I can't remember. We got a lot of potatoes anyway. So that hopefully will give us plenty of cash by the end of this month to be able to afford a huge chunk of blueberries and completely fill that field. It's kind of what we're going for. And I sell a few extra potatoes there as well. So yeah, we've got our seeds. I actually don't forget anything this time. and we head back to get those planted. So like, if you notice the time, it's already 11:50. Luckily we spy Haley, otherwise I bet we would have forgotten about her completely. And yeah, we head back to the farm at 12 o'clock. So because I haven't hoed anything out and I haven't arranged anything yet, I end up with not an entirely optimal layout, but I guess you'll see in a minute. I think we'll do another time lapse while I hoe and water the ground in preparation for the seeds. Yeah, so at this point I'm running a little bit low on energy. I still haven't finished the watering, I don't think. And I managed to get fertilizer on not quite all of the squares as well. So I end up just like, you know, finishing off a little bit of watering we've got to do, and getting annoyed at myself for having these horrible, like, I have quite bad OCD for stuff like this. And I've got a tree trunk in the way. I've got like open, like, you know, I've forgotten to fertilize like a whole bunch of squares. I think in the end I just dumped the potatoes down on there anyway because, you know, why not? But yeah, it's so irritating to forget those things. So yeah, I think we pop the kale in first at the top, and we then pop in the cauliflowers underneath, and I'll time lapse this as well. Yeah, so in the end I just dump a few potatoes in the wrong place, just because we've got more potatoes than I actually hoed out of fields for the moment. I was going to put the scarecrow back in its proper place, but we've actually got some seeds in the wrong places. The top 9 squares, the top, like a square of 9 from each corner, is actually going to have a tree in it in summer. So the scarecrow won't reach a lot of those squares, so I didn't actually want to put the scarecrow that far back because he doesn't actually reach a lot of them there. And then I do a little bit of clearing just to waste some energy and time. And I put in one of the jazz seeds so we can get a flower in there and hopefully get a beehive. And I realised that I've actually still got a seed on the spot where the other jazz seed is going to go. But we have managed to get most of the, I think we can get all of the copper ore done today, so in the next episode, and if everything should go exactly according to plan, but it didn't in this one, so yeah, we're just finishing the watering off in a couple of spots there that we missed out. And yeah, we got all the seeds in. So we got a crop waiting for us to come back, and got the scarecrow in the right place, and it's going to be a fair bit of watering between here and the end of spring, unless we can get the quality sprinklers unlocked and ready to go. So I think when we lift this next crop, we should have enough farming levels to put in quality sprinklers. So what we'll do is in the next few episodes, we'll need to make sure that we have enough refined quartz in order to make all of the quality sprinklers I'm going to need. And obviously iron and copper and all the other ingredients as well. So we're really going to have to spend like the next few days anyway just attacking the mine and fishing and getting as much resources built up and, you know, everything else. There's me putting the tapper on the pine tree, remembering that I want some pine tar. It's like the least useful, I think, anyway, of the things you can tap from the trees. I think I managed to get myself a wee pine cone there as well. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it wasn't the most, like, I'm my own worst critic. I feel like it wasn't the most productive of days. Like, we could have fit more into that time if I'd maybe planned things out a bit better. But that's kind of Stardew Valley for you. It just doesn't give you a lot of time, so it's not very kind to you when you make a mistake. It's like you just wasted a whole bunch of time doing something or getting something, and, you know, that's kind of part of the charm, is that you kind of have to try and plan things out right in advance so you don't end up messing up all the time. So I think, yeah, have a quick look around the farm, get the last bit of the copper going, make some snack. I can't remember, do we do a bit more clearing? I should really collect some pine cones so that I've got enough pine cones to make those field snacks, because I really was hoping to kind of build up a good amount of those field snacks, but you know, we haven't really got there. So there's a few things we need to do: mining, fishing, and cleaning out the rest of the farm. Cleaning out the farm just gets you a lot of resources. It gets you a lot of wood, it gets you a lot of stone, it gets you a lot of those seeds for the field snacks. So it's something I think we should really try and get ahead on. There's me just putting in more pieces of the path in the correct places so that I can remind myself what we need to do. And then I think we just head to bed. I think we pop the copper bars in maybe and just go to bed, because we're done for the day. We've got all our plants in. Yeah, we kind of know what we need resource-wise. We've got the copper so we can upgrade the axe, but we need to get our butts back down the mine, and we need to get some refined quartz going and the recycling machine going, and you know, get some cash coming in via fishing. So yeah, the next few days are going to be fairly straightforward in terms of not too much happening. Upgrading tools when we can. It'd be really great if we could get the axe done and then straight away put the pickaxe in, saying, and spend a couple of days fishing instead of mining. But that all depends on how much of the resources we get and how far down the mines we get. But yeah, right now we're okay in terms of like the cash flow. The potatoes and stuff are coming in. We're just maybe a little bit behind on the mining and the fishing fronts, so I think we'll probably be focusing on that for the next few days. Yeah, and here I'm just reorganizing a bit, I think. Trying to get those chests to have the right things in them. Yeah, so kind of mixed emotions again. Things are going okay. They're not going great. They're not going perfectly to plan. They never do. But yeah, next episode it looks like we're going to be doing a whole bunch of watering, upgrading an axe, and getting on with the mining and the fishing by the looks of things. Oh yeah, we still need to meet the wizard too. Yeah, so that's the next few episodes planned out anyway, and I guess that's it for episode 7 of Stardew Valley. So, see you next time.